Welcome, Landon.
Thank you. I'm happy to have learned it. I enjoy.
You sound like a robot. Lighten up. First, I want to qualify. Landon is not an ordinary kid. Okay, Landon is a super nerd. Okay, Landon for his birthday asked for like 30 books, and you've read. How many of them have you read already?
Not a ton of them, but I've been working through other books that I have. Which is a lot of them.
He's a super nerd. He goes through books the way people go through video games. Okay, so this is. I brought Landon here to talk about tabletop RPG books because between all the other stuff I'm doing on the channel and family stuff and with Riker and it's everything I'm taking care of, it's hard for me to go through a whole book of a TTRPG and also the other stuff I'm doing. So I give Landon a book and I say, conquer this and figure it out. And because he has superhuman processing powers, he goes through books very quickly. So let me cover a bit more your qualifications. Landon has played in 4 different tabletop RPG systems. We're not going to count Wild Sea because it was like one setting and I was running it wrong. So 4 other game systems Landon has played in. We've been playing for a little more than 2 years, like pretty consistently. And you've read about 10 systems so far, right? Okay, so about 9 systems he's actually written up some like reviews, and about 10 systems he's actually read through just completely. So today we're going to be talking about Avatar, the Legends role-playing game. Okay, cool, yeah. So I picked this up for Landon to look at like a few months ago, and we're kind of trying to get back into it. So Landon, tell me about Avatar Legends, the role-playing game.
Well, it's an adaptation as a TTRPG from the Avatar, The Last Airbender TV show and the Legend of Korra TV show.
Okay.
Along with the comics.
Okay.
Avatar and The Legend of Korra.
Okay, so I would probably describe this as a lore medium system using the terminology that I have come up for game systems that are connected to an intellectual property, like Star Wars, Star Trek. Mm-hmm. Like there's an external lore that you can dip into with television shows or movies. So this would be like a lore medium system.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've watched the Avatar TV show or Korra, you're probably well-versed to jump into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the previous books that you'd gone through, you had a list of parameters that you were going to judge the games by.
Yep.
You still have that?
I have that.
Pull it up, because I would like to go through each of the games with that list. And have you already established a ranking number for this?
I have.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Okay, go. All right. So start me at the beginning. Go ahead.
The categories include learn, which is how easy or difficult it was to learn, how much effort.
Okay.
The length, how long I could run it, or how much time you would need to run it in order for players to understand their characters.
Okay.
Creation, which is how it feels to create characters or campaigns.
Okay.
Mechanics, which are the mechanics unique to the system, and do they benefit the system as a whole? Audience, who would like this game. It isn't a ranking, but it's still important to cover, I think. Affordability, which isn't as much pertaining to the system, but it's still important to anyone who wants to play in the system. Setting, which is the setting actively contributing to the overall gameplay, and is the setting positive toward it?
Okay.
And then art, which is the art featured in the book, and if it helps you understand the game or adds to the overall feeling of reading the book.
All right. I like your list there. I like how you're covering both the perspectives of the player and the dungeon master or game master. Yeah. I think that's a good way to approach it. Start us off on number 1, the learn.
So, learning through this game, I've probably read through it about 1.5 times. It's a lot different than other tabletop role-playing games. There's only 4 major stats in the game, but those stats aren't like strength or constitution. They're more metaphysical. Like they have like harmony, heart. I don't think it's heart, but it's
like your
emotion.
Health. Oh, okay. Do you have hit points?
Yes.
Okay.
But they're Not as similar. It's more based on your class rather than your stats for hit points.
Okay. So the stat lines that they have in the game are more spiritual stat lines or something like that. Okay.
And unlike skills, which is what you're going to be rolling in most tabletop role-playing games when you're trying to do something, they instead have moves, which are specific things you're doing that cause you to use its corresponding statistic.
Okay, I think Dungeon World has a similar mechanic where you have like preset moves.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so how difficult was it to learn this game's unique characteristics and mechanics? Or would you say you have a pretty good understanding of them at this point?
I'd say if I were to like run or play in it, in order to fully understand it, I'd probably go through the main gameplay one more time.
Okay.
But I understand it enough to probably be able to teach someone the basics of it.
Okay. All right, and that took you 1.5 times a read.
Yeah.
All right. Jump to your next. Do you give numbers for each one? Okay, so what's the number you gave for learning?
For learn, I gave it between a 6 and a 7.
Okay.
Mainly because I struggled to learn it, but also it does a good job of explaining it.
Okay. All right, so like a 6.5 on learn.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Next up is length, which is how long. I said I could probably run this upwards of maybe 8 to 10 sessions.
Okay.
If the players are investing heavily in the lore, but you'd probably need to play at least 3 to 4 sessions to just have players understand their characters and the world that you're playing in, especially if they don't know a lot about the universe of Avatar.
Sure. So you wouldn't buy this to run a one shot in.
No.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But you think you could get about 8 to 10 sessions, which I guess I'd press on that. Do you think you could go like 16 to 20?
Yeah, I think with enough player buy-in and with enough effort put into creating unique and enticing storylines, that I think you could probably go there, but it might be a stretch.
Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking before we even started. I was trying to think of what a campaign would be, and I guess that would be something I'd have to like work at for a little bit, because I wouldn't want to make a campaign where it's like, hey guys, the Avatar and his crew are going to go do this awesome thing to fight Sozin's comet, and you guys are going to be off here as the B team.
Yeah.
You're going to be mopping up the beach after they storm it, right? That would suck as a campaign, but I would probably come up with something wholly unique to try and run a story that my players are in to make them feel like the main characters or something, right?
Yeah.
So it would take time, but yeah, I suppose once I thought of what the mystery or the situation was, then I think it'd be a good system to lock into. I would probably prefer to play in the Avatar time period rather than the Korra time period.
Yeah.
Because Korra is super dystopian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually features 5 eras, which I think is interesting.
Wait, okay, now you gotta go through them. You remember them?
So yeah, it has the Kyoshi era, which is when Kyoshi's the Avatar.
Yeah, I got it.
Roku,
okay.
the 100-Year War era, which to me is the most interesting. It's when there is no Avatar.
There's no Avatar.
And
the
Fire Nation is just destroying everyone.
That actually is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And
Okay.
there's
Avatar, yeah. Or the Aang.
Aang era, which is right after he defeats Sozin.
Okay, all right, so rebuilding.
Yeah. And then there's Korra, which is right at the end of the show.
All right, that's actually probably well designed. Yeah, you're right. That 100 years missing Avatar is actually a pretty cool. Okay. All right. So what do you rate it for? Crap, I already forgot.
For length?
For length. Yeah.
I'd probably give it like an 8.5.
Okay.
Like high 8,
right.
middle. Yeah, probably middle to high 8s.
I think I like the setting for this. I mean, I was a big fan of the Avatar show. I watched it with Bishop a bunch and Korra too. So I think the setting is probably the thing that's most like evocative of playing a game in it.
And especially if you want dystopian, then there's a lot of those elements if you play in the Korra period.
Right. You can play a grim, dark setting where everyone's getting their powers stolen away by that one douchebag. Yeah. Okay. All right. Take us to the next one.
The next one is creation.
Okay. Character creation plus campaign creation.
Campaign creation.
Let's start with character creation. I'm interested. Yeah. So how is the character creation system?
There's a lot of choosing what you want. There's your bending style or your weapons or technology if you don't want to be a bender. But then there's also your background and your playbook, which is basically your class. But strangely, the book doesn't have one character sheet.
Oh, okay. So you have to. You got to go to their website and print it out or something, or
no? The only way I was able to find one is looking online, and the only other way that I was able to figure out is through just writing it all out for each unique playbook.
Okay. So it doesn't. So the game doesn't have a unique character sheet for it.
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think because there's so much unique stuff between playbooks.
You're just gonna have a notebook for your character.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
probably.
All right. So people are gonna be flipping through pages of their character.
Each class is probably like 3 pages.
Really?
Or probably between maybe 2 and 3 between stuff your character can do.
Okay. So this is not a light system.
No.
Okay. This is not Shadow Dark or Dragonbane.
It requires you to know a lot about what your character can do.
All right.
But
Interesting.
then the campaign creation does have a sheet.
What? Oh, okay. So this is
for
a sheet.
A campaign.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
it's also for players. This is a note-taking sheet.
I see.
In addition.
Okay. So this is something that I go through and I check box, or maybe even in a session 0, I get with my players and go, "What are we interested in playing in?"
Yeah.
Okay. So we have. Okay. So yeah, there's like a little thing where it's like you want to play with Kiyoshi. What's that? What kind of Roku or the Sozin? No, the Fire Lord era, right? Okay, so you pick all those things. All right, so this is we determine what kind of game we're playing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And then there's decide on your scope, which if you want a wide scope, you might encompass the entire Earth Nation, or the Earth Kingdom, or the entire world.
Okay.
Or if you want a narrow scope, you might focus
town.
heavily on one city, like Bossing, say, or
some small town outside,
small part of the Earth Kingdom.
All right, and the group focus would be like to defeat a villain or protect a place. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is probably a pretty good structure to get started with, and then once you figure out how to run a campaign in it, you probably can just do it however you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what do you think of the creating aspect of it, both character and a campaign one?
I think it sort of doesn't do very well in character creation, at least making players able to easily transfer characters from the book to character sheets.
Okay.
But deciding what your character wants and what your character is, I think works really well.
Okay. So there's a lot of options in customization, but it's not easily digestible to put into practice.
Yes.
Okay, so great on like customization, bad on application. Okay?
Exactly.
And what about the campaign aspect?
I think the campaign works really well, especially if you are working with your players, either to decide on something or just deciding on something yourself, because it can help you organize it to remember what your players are doing.
Okay.
Or what you're trying to do.
To keep the focus of the story.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what did you rate the creation aspects?
I rated the creation a 7.
Okay.
7 out of 10, yeah.
All right.
And all these are out of 10, by the way.
Go to the next one.
Next one is mechanics.
Okay.
The system primarily uses, or pretty much entirely uses, D6s, but specifically 2D6s, which is whenever you're doing a move, based on what you roll, you either accomplish one thing or you can accomplish 2 different things.
Is this similar to the Powered by the Apocalypse types of systems where if you got a 6 or under, you fail. If you got a 7, 8, and 9, you succeed but something. And if you got a 10, 11, 12, you succeed and something.
Not
something like
really.
That? No.
There's more. If you roll, I think it's a 2 to 8, you fail.
Okay.
If you roll a 9, you succeed and you get to ask 1 question.
Okay.
And I think it's if you get a 10 plus, you get to ask 2.
When you say ask a question...
based on what you're doing, you can have the DM answer what you're trying to achieve.
Oh. Okay, well, interesting. So hold on.
Yeah.
That makes it sound like there's a meta aspect to the roles in the game,
Sort of.
where you're not just trying to navigate a problem. You're trying to get answers from the DM about a situation or something.
Sort of, yeah.
Interesting.
Each
Okay.
move, there's a set questions. You can go beyond the questions if you have different questions that pertain under that specific move.
Okay, so it sounds like when you're playing this game, this is again a meta question. It sounds like you're playing a player playing a character.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, so you're not trying to play the character, you're trying to play a player playing a character. More a little bit board gamey or something.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what it seems
okay.
like.
Well, because of that one thing where it's like I'm now going to ask a question. It's like where it's like I'm going to make my almost like Clue. I'm going to try and solve the problem. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what else about the mechanics would you say stand out?
A major part, if you've ever seen the show, is the bending. Most major characters can. There's no bending move. It's applied to all the other moves. So basically, it doesn't act as you're doing something with bending, or it doesn't act as you're doing something because you're bending. You're doing something with bending. Yeah.
So if I'm trying to run up the stairs and I'm going to use earth bending to help me run up the stairs, there's some kind of modifier I get to add to the dice or something? Okay. Yeah. All right, so there's no like in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, there'd be like a throw rock spell.
Yeah.
There's no earth bending throw rock spell. I'm just doing one of the other moves, but adding water bending, fire bending, metal bending, air bending, whatever.
Or sort of, there are moves for the different bending. But when you're doing like the base, I think it's 7 moves. Like if you're trying to trick someone using airbending or something to distort your voice, you wouldn't be using airbending. You'd be tricking someone with the added flavor text.
Okay, so you'd be using the skill of deception or something, plus adding your airbending modifiers to it. Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, I'm not sure how I feel about that. How do you feel about that, having gone through it?
I think it's an interesting decision, but it also, I think, works well because you might be playing a character that can't bend.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Okay, so right. In case you're going to be Sokka. Loser Sokka. Boomerang!
Yeah, so you can choose air bending, water bending, fire bending, earth bending, but then you can also choose weapons or technology to be your character's basically primary focus.
To all you Sokka fans, he's one of my favorite characters, so back down, okay? Before you rail me in the comments, I love Sokka. All right, so it sounds like the mechanics primarily focus the system into being a skill-based system with modifiers related to the bending abilities, which I'm guessing also makes it so that you're not making like some super god character.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's going to be harder for you to make some character that's just invincible. You're not going to get a D&D character out of this game.
No, but there is this thing where basically if you get enough advancement points, which are essentially leveling up, you can unlock this. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's essentially you take over the game for a second and you can do anything to just kind of win the scenario. It's like your character's claim to fame, kind of.
Okay, so the more I'm hearing about it, this sounds like a very narrative-focused game.
Yeah.
Is it a game where the players are... Does the game give recommendation to the Dungeon Master to allow the players to add things to the story the way Wild Sea does?
Not that I've seen.
No, okay.
But that's sort of also presented through here.
Right.
Through the different acts and what you are interested in doing.
Sure. But not once the game starts.
No, I don't.
Okay. So it's not a game where the game recommends... An NPC has walked up, and I ask my players to name it or something.
No.
No. Okay. So mostly just that if I acquire enough points, whatever it is, avatar points or something, I now can go. I'm going to use my tidal wave ability and sweep all the enemies off the bow of the ship so we can escape. Yeah. Okay. All right. Got it. I don't hate that. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So what do you? So this is all mechanics. Tell me about the mechanics. What's the score for mechanics you got?
I gave the mechanics a 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Mainly just because I feel like they could have probably handled the less meta focus.
Okay. And more relied on it being an actually in-game thing, but okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, let's take us to the next one.
Then the next one is audience, which I'm not rating, but I think the audience is pretty much anyone who knows of the show, has seen it, has read the comics, or anyone who knows people that have...
If you know anyone who knows anyone who's ever heard of Avatar, so pretty much an Avatar fan.
Yeah, pretty much.
So so you're an Avatar fan?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Would you get a kick out of playing this game?
I would play it, but I probably wouldn't run it as they recommend.
Really?
I probably wouldn't run it with the questions.
Okay.
I'd try and change it to be more narrative, or more in character focus.
Okay, so you'd try and keep it so that if I was playing, Ted the Earthbender, that I'm always just being Ted the Earthbender, and you're not answering questions unless I'm literally asking them of an NPC.
Yes.
And you as the DM are not peering into the veil and like whispering in my ear. Okay, like some divine. Okay,
Yeah.
I prefer to play it that way as well.
Yeah.
But that probably would be something easy to change. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So audiences is whoever. What's our next one?
Our next one is the affordability.
Okay. What was this about? $50?
Yeah, this book was.
Are there more than this? The book, like, is there more text than just this? Are there other books or expansions?
There are a few other books. There's one that encompasses just a setting. So like they have one specifically on Republic City. They have one.
Oh, to give you like how some lore and stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right.
They have one. It's like an adventuring guide. I think it has more stuff in it, more playbooks.
Okay.
I think there's two more. And I think they just add more stuff, like more playbooks, more moves, maybe.
But to get up and running off the ground, $50 gets you the main core book.
Or you could probably get it up and running with just the starter box.
Really?
Which is, I think, half the cost.
Oh,
It doesn't go as in depth with the rules, but it's pretty much just all the basics you need to start the game.
Okay. All right, so either $50 for the main book or $25 for the starter box.
Yeah.
What's our next thing on the list?
Next up is setting.
Setting? What do you think of the setting?
No, not big.
My cabbages! All right, it's Avatar, and as Avatar, it is one of the best like contained television stories I think I've ever seen.
And I think they do really good at adapting it.
You think so?
And under each era, they have what each nation is occurring right now. Like if you go to the 100-Year War era, all the air nomads had been wiped out. The Fire Nation was trampling everyone. And also, I forgot to mention this, but under the 100-Year War, it describes how you should play a member of the Fire Nation if you're playing a firebender.
Oh, cool.
Which is interesting, because right now firebenders during the 100-Year Wars are like...
They're tyrants.
If anyone finds them, they're going to kill them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could actually play as like a party of firebenders. I mean, you'd be playing like murder hobos or something.
Yeah, or you could play an earthbender, a waterbender, and a firebender that escaped.
I see. And how the rest of the world is going to treat a firebender they find. Okay, that is interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's the setting ideas, Rich. Okay. What's your next one? What's your rating? So what's your
setting a 10?
Setting a 10.
Okay, yeah.
That's fair. No, I think that's.
Really
I think this one. Okay, like Star Wars, like Warhammer, like a lot of the other settings that have like a rich lore, like world to jump into. I think that's probably the thing that captures me most as a game master and as a player when I have a good understanding of the setting. If I'm jumping into like generic sci-fi or generic fantasy, I don't really know how to organize myself as a character or as a dungeon master. I struggle with that.
Yeah.
But I think once I go, oh, okay, we're Jedi. I get it. I think that helps.
And it also talks about characters who are like key figures during that time period.
Okay.
Like, if you look at the Aang era, it'll talk about Monkey Yatso, who is like his...
Yeah, the guy who feeds him bananas and onions. Yeah. Okay.
And like it talks a lot about them, and you can also have them in your campaign.
Okay.
Which can be interesting.
I would. I'm sure there's a lot of people who'd be happy to play those characters. Yeah. All right. So settings at 10. What else you got?
Next up is art.
Art.
Which
how's the art?
It's really good. It's hard to describe. So
here. Let's just go to it.
Let me try and find a good page of it. Like all the going into a chapter are really cool. So this is chapter 5. This is the core moves.
The core moves. Yeah.
And stars.
Bring that up a little closer. I'll get some shots to kind of throw in for this art section here. So you can keep talking about it, and I'll get some shots afterwards to throw it in.
So all the art I feel adds to it a lot. Like when you're turning on to the new chapter and you see this, sort of kind of gets you wanting to read more because you see this and you realize they put a lot of effort into the art and it doesn't really look AI.
No, it doesn't actually. Well, someday we won't be able to know the difference. But yeah, right now this has a lot of character in it. And some of these are actually clippings directly from the show. Yeah. Oh, this is like directly from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So the art is good. What do you give the art?
I'd probably give the art a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next one? Do you have any more?
That's the last one.
Okay, so I had a couple questions for you real quick. Let's see. What do you think about being a player in this game system? I think you already highlighted that a little bit.
Yeah, I'd be interested in being a player if the DM was more focused toward the
non-meta part.
Yeah.
So they weren't just whispering in your ear things you have answers about as though it was a board game, and more so you being a character 90% of the time or something. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we already answered the question about how long you think you'd be able to run it. You said about 8 to 10 sessions, but probably
maybe
longer
more.
than that. Okay. What do you think about running this game? And I think you answered that as well. You'd want to do it less meta focused and more narrative.
I'd also do it in one of the more dystopian eras, like either the 100-Year War or Korra era, maybe.
Well, you already answered my last question. Okay. So if you're going to run it, you'd run it grimdark.
Probably, yes. Because I feel like Avatar does well in that.
Yeah.
Especially like between a few of the arcs.
The Korra session, and then that one you're mentioning that we don't really have a lot of information about that 100 Years War. That is an interesting arc. Landon, thank you for going through this, and thank you for helping me to make a video. So if you all enjoyed this back and forth, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and we're going to be doing one of these probably once a week on Mondays. I will edit these lightly and then put them up mostly for you just to go through. But if you have a system that you would like us to take a look at, just post it down in the comments. Let me know, and I will put my reading slave onto it. He will read. He's getting paid. Whatever. I will put my helper onto it. He will read it. He's very good at reading these things. We have a backlog of about 9 other systems that he's already done this kind of breakdown for. So we're going to slowly get through those. But if there's one that you want to see, send me. Again, put a comment down there and either send me a link to the PDF or I'll go up and pick up a copy of it and we'll go through some more of these. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for going. Thank you for going through this. Thank you for answering the questions. So, and thank you for making this catalog. So, what's the overall rating for Avatar Legend?
I'd probably give it like maybe an 8.5.
8.5
out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't we be able to go through your list and look at
I changed some of them.
Oh, you changed some. So, okay, 8.3, 8.5. All right, good. Okay, so 8.5. So this of the systems you've looked at, you'd put this at top tier interest. What you want to play at some point. Okay. Yes. All right. Good, man. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. God bless you.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye. God bless you. Have a good day.